This message is brought to you by Wonder Wellness Cannabis Gummies. Where is your journey to wellness taking you today? Wonder offers the convenience of effects-forward, low-dose gummies to take you there. Relax, laugh, or focus. It's your choice. It's cannabis in control. Discover the wonder of cannabis and wellness. Visit us at wonderwellness.co. These products are intended for persons 21 plus in Illinois. Individual experiences may vary.
It's Timmy time!
That's your ass! Timmy!
Wow!
Timmy!
Wow! He's a little
Man, he knows a lot, man.
Not so much.
He knows a lot.
Not really.
Timmy!
Yeah. Very smart guy.
He's smart.
Very smart.
He can learn some things.
Smart man. Very smart dude. T-Bones!
I did not hear that.
All right. All right, Spirit Airlines, for you guys out there that thought, traveling cross-country for $19 was a good idea. Lots of cancellations, even more today than they had before. I think it was 40% the first day, 51% the second day, 61% the third day, and people are pissed, right? Because you got to get home, and all the other airlines are all booked. And so you might be here for 2, 3, 4 days trying to get home. Sucks. Now you got kids, and the kids are, maybe you're out of dough, right? You brought just enough money for your vacation, and now you can't afford a hotel room, so you're sleeping in the airport. And man, does that blood boil, right? When you talk to one of those gate agents, and they're like, "Oh, your flight's canceled, and we can't do anything for you." Man, I've been there before. It takes all the self-control in the world to just sit there and talk to them calmly. What you want to do is jump over the counter, but you can't, because then you go to prison, right?
Airlines is working to get back on track after days of cancellations and delays.
Yeah, it's been a slow and agonizing process for many passengers left stranded at LAX. CBS News' Cara Finstrom is live at the airport with a look at how things are going this morning.
And this is day 3 of this, too, by the way.
More cancellations.
Oh.
Rachel. This
4,
really
isn't it?
tells the
Is it day 4 already?
I think it's day 4.
Oh, you're right. It is. Sunday it started. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah. The 4th day. Oh, boom.
More cancellations, Rachel. This really tells the story because yesterday this was packed here, these counters. And as you can see, not very many folks here today. On the departure board right now, there are 10 canceled flights, only 7 going out of LAX this morning. One frustrated mom we spoke with said her kids had to sleep in chairs last night here.
Oh, that's the worst.
Obviously, no hotel. They just told me, okay, it's only $150 that I can give you on hotel. You have to do it online. There's not a hotel here that around $150. I mean, if I want to, I don't have a car right here. I don't live here.
Yeah. Well, look, I hate to say it, but, you booked with Spirit Airlines. What can you do, right? When you go cheap with stuff, sometimes it kicks you in the ass.
There have been huge crowds at LAX's Spirit counters for days. FlightAware reported the airline ended up canceling 60% of flights Tuesday, and that was on top of the hundreds that were canceled since the weekend, with many more delayed. The airline says the culprit has been weather, system outages, and staffing shortages.
I don't know. I mean, the only airline really affected by it. American had a few flights canceled, but, man, this is wiped out Spirit.
The union, which represents Spirit's flight attendants, said there was another IT outage yesterday that caused some scheduling issues and that it was possible that whole system would need a reset.
Oh, God. The whole system.
It's funny because all the reasons that they're giving doesn't clear them up because, like you say, all the other airlines are dealing with the same problem.
That's right.
So all they're doing is just putting a target on their back saying, yeah, we suck.
Yeah, right. And they painted all their planes yellow, right? So everybody now knows who they are. Like, oh, there they go, that yellow plane.
We need to pay
like the
attention
yellow.
We need to pay attention when they change that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they're going to change it, right? You like the yellow planes?
I do.
Really? Do you take Spirit to Denver?
No.
Not at all?
No.
Doesn't like yellow that much.
Why don't you take it?
Because I take Frontier.
Oh, you do?
I do.
I see. And no problems with Frontier?
No, none.
Really?
What
Good
color
for
do they
you.
paint their planes?
They have animals on their tails.
Oh, that screams
And they tell
confidence.
you, Frosty the Fox thanks you for flying with Frontier.
They'll say that?
Yeah.
No way.
They do.
No.
And I love that. And my mom always goes, who is on the plane?
Oh, what animal was on the plane?
Yeah.
That's the conversation you had with your mom, huh? Wow.
What animal
there's
was on the
nothing to
tail?
say, right? You guys have said it all. So who was on the tail this flight? What? Hey, Dave, is Mom losing it? What's your brother's name?
David?
Is it David?
Yeah. Look at
Big
you.
dog.
You know what's so funny about you? I swear you're not listening to a thing I say. And then I'm not kidding. And I'm sure Crozier and Angel and Russell and Steve and Kayla agree.
Right.
Don't throw me in this.
And then, like, I'll be talking to him and he'll say something. I'm like, wow, he really did pay attention.
I picked that name out of a hat. Man.
Oh, you did?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you were right.
But that's a great conversation.
That's my brother's name, too.
Is that right?
Is that right?
David, yeah.
Oh, that's great. I can use
It's
that.
Russell's brother's name, too.
No way. Your brother David?
Come on.
That's crazy.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Oh my gosh, I have a brother named David too.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Kayla?
I have a brother named David, too.
Get out of here.
I do.
Oh, that's crazy.
Wow.
All right. Well, so for all the Davids out there, you got to videotape the conversation with your mom when she asked you what animal was on the tail of that flight.
Why? I think it's sweet.
Is that, but I think
So you can make fun of her?
No, I don't want to make fun of her. I just want to. I'd love to get the video of like, so who was on your plane?
She does ask that.
Did you get the C's? Did she ask you that?
No.
Belly will buy C's candy for the flight attendants so she can get freebies.
That is not why I do it. And then why don't you tell everybody who bought the last box of C's for the flight attendants?
Who? Not me.
You.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
I did.
You gave me a box.
I gave you a box of C's. Right.
Yeah.
Right. And you gave it to the flight attendants?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that was from Christmas.
Are you serious?
Yeah, somebody gave me that Christmas. I never opened it.
I didn't get any freebies on that flight either.
Right. Yeah, it was all dust. It was C's dust.
The chocolate has that white film
Oh, yeah.
that's on it.
Ugh.
Yeah, it was a box of,
Sea dust.
peanut seed dust.
Was it really old box?
It was an old box, yeah. Sorry.
Why would
It
you
was
do
already
that?
an old box when you gave it to her. That's fantastic.
Well, I didn't want to throw it away. I know you gave it a flight attendant, so everybody wins.
I actually thought you like bought that and
I did
no, but I mean like that.
in November.
That's not.
Look, you're the one that tries to screw the airlines out of all kinds of freebies with that, right? So don't call me the a-hole.
I am not trying to do that. That's not the intention behind the box of candies.
Well,
It's a thank you, and I know it's a tough job. You're dealing with unruly passengers. Here's just a little treat to say thank you.
Have they ever come by and said, hey, here's a free bag of nuts, or here's a free Coke or
yes,
champagne?
yes.
And you glug
What
that
am I going to do
champagne,
with it? If they offer it, you don't want to be rude.
right? You just take it like an old drunk and with one big shot. There goes mimosa. Set me up again, baby.
You got any more of these? Keep them coming.
I'm the lady in the C's dress with the C's hat on. You get the outfit on too?
Just the bonnet.
That whole system would need a reset.
All right, so Spirit Airlines, their whole system needs a reset. That's got to take a while, right? Takes a while for me to reset my computer at home. You imagine an entire airline resetting their computers?
That whole system would need a reset. Let's get right to the latest statement from Spirit Airlines.
All
It
right.
says, in part, we understand how frustrating it is for our guests
I doubt you do.
when plans change unexpectedly. We are working to provide refunds for cancellations rather, and when possible to re-accommodate our guests.
There you go. You know what? Once you're screwed over by an airline like that, you never go back. Anybody who's been screwed over by Spirit on this vacation, Spirit is not in their Rolodex anymore.
Oh, yeah. They've lost permanently a lot of customers.
Over. Never again.
And back here live, Spirit says the best thing really you can do right now is to check their web chat feature if you're having trouble getting in touch with someone.
Check their web chat feature. Guys out here with 3 kids, slept in the airport all night. Hey, is there any room on the flight back to Boston?
Their web chat feature.
Why don't you check the web chat feature? F what? Oh, you seem angry.
Their web chat feature if you're having trouble getting in touch with someone.
You have trouble getting in touch with someone.
Because they are just getting so many requests for these
Really?
rebookings and those refunds.
Can you imagine having to work for Spirit Airlines and having 1,000 people in front of you and everyone wants to kill you? Everyone wants to take your head off and you've got to deal with that? Oh.
How bad
Takes
do I
a
need
special
this job?
person.
Oh, yeah. And then and then you're like, wow, $15 an hour doesn't seem like a lot right now.
No, not at all.
DeMarco, Rachel?
Yeah. Cara, a lot of good information. So do we know, we're hearing that American Airlines is now dealing with flight issues too. What do we know about these right now?
Oh, they cleared those up.
So they've had to cancel hundreds of flights as well. American Airlines has only officially said that they've had a lot of problems with thunderstorms near their hub. But we can tell you that CBS has obtained some information that suggests they also are dealing with some pilot shortages, and that's due for the majority of those cancellations.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of people out there not working, and the airlines, they lost a lot of, their employees during COVID. I mean, they were given big stimulus checks by the government to keep their employees. Because I went through the airport, like right in the heart of COVID, and we went up to Seattle, and we were flying back from Seattle to LAX, and there were 15 agents there in 15 different booths, and we were like, there was only like 6 people on the flight. Everybody had their own agent. And then you get to the plane, and the plane was wide open. You can sit wherever you want. And there's still like a whole, there's a whole set of flight attendants. Everyone had their own flight attendant. It was great. It was like being on a private plane. Those days are over. They're over. Yeah. This is the new normal, right? Where you're sitting in an airport for 3 days because you can't get the hell out. That's what's going to go on. It's going to be tough, man. If you don't have, if you don't have a lot of patience right now to travel, I suggest staying at home.
Oh yeah. Not just traveling on planes, just in general.
Driving
right now.
anywhere, anything.
Everything right now is a little trepidatious on everybody's part.
Getting an Uber or a Lyft is a pain in the ass.
Really hard now.
Yeah.
Multiple weeks now, we've gone down to the village, it's 3 to 5 miles from our house, where we usually walk and take a ride back.
Right.
We can't get a Lyft or an Uber or anything. Nothing. No drivers available.
We came back to Burbank Airport, and they said it was going to be 25 minutes to get a Lyft or an Uber.
Yeah.
And I literally can walk home in 18 minutes.
Yeah, right.
I could drag my luggage behind me. But I don't want to be one of those guys. You ever see a guy
down
like
a random street?
A guy in the random street, and he's like towing a bag behind him.
I've done that.
And there's not an airport within 20 miles of him.
You're
like, what's going on with that guy?
Coming from?
Yeah, how did that guy's life blow up on him? He's dragging luggage. There's not an airport within 20 miles of us.
Is there a woman with a rolling pin sitting on a stoop somewhere?
That's great. All right, we're live on KFI. More now with Michael Croge. All right, KFI AM 640. It's Conway Show. Another airline story here. Frontier had this crazy kid from Ohio who had too much to drink, evidently, and he was playing ass grab with the flight attendant. And then he punched another flight attendant, like a male flight attendant. He punched him out. And so they duct taped this guy to his seat, right?
More fallout after this airplane encounter that ended in an unruly passenger being wrapped in tape.
Do you think when this kid was picked up, like in Florida, and he was on Frontier Airlines and they from Philadelphia to Miami, do you think when his mom picked him up from the police station in Miami, do you think she asked him, so what animal was on the tail of your Frontier flight? Do you think that was one of the first questions?
I do think she asked him
Did you have a rabbit? Did you have a bear? What'd you have on your Frontier?
Did you have Freddie the Fox?
Petey the Panda?
That's so great. What animal was on your tail?
I'm going to call my mom and tell her you said that.
Right. And David just does the spinning of the finger near his ears, like she's losing it a little. Yeah.
According to the Miami-Dade police report, 22-year-old Maxwell Berry now charged with 3 counts of battery for his behavior on a Frontier Airlines flight from Philadelphia to Miami Saturday. Police say Berry had been drinking, allegedly assaulted 3 flight attendants, groped 2 female, and punched a male attendant.
You know what? Why do they have to mention he was drinking? Like, what does that have to do with it? I've been drinking on a plane. I didn't do that. Why should drinking take the hit, right? If he was smoking weed, they wouldn't say that. If he was on coke, they wouldn't say he was all coked up. But for some reason, alcohol always takes the shot there.
Don't you think that's the reason why he was acting the way he was?
Yeah, but if he was on coke, they wouldn't say he was all coked up, right?
If they knew that to be true, yes, they would.
I bet they don't. Or they wouldn't say, well, he was spotted in his Subaru taking large bong loads before the flight. You never hear that, right? Never hear it. It's always alcohol that takes the hit. Alcohol
Blame
and
it on the
yes,
alcohol.
and cigarettes. Cigarette smokers are the last people everyone can make fun of, right? Cigarette smokers, right? They're like the last people that you can discriminate against all the time. And they always take it in the shorts.
Seen here swinging at the man trying to restrain him.
He started to get aggressive and then basically attack the male flight attendants.
The flight attendants desperate to get Barry under control, stretching tape across his body and around the seat.
Kind of a busy flight, right? I'm usually just sitting there on my iPad playing a game or something. But man, these guys, everyone's punching each other. They're duct taping each other. Kind of an interesting flight.
Alfredo Rivera, who shot this video, says the crew did the best they could to protect the other passengers.
They had to restrain him because he was a danger for other passengers or himself.
But the airline under fire for its handling of the situation.
Yeah, the airline got down on the flight attendants, suspended all of them. And then the passengers on Twitter are like, no, wait a minute. Those flight attendants could have saved people's lives.
Saying in an initial statement, the flight attendants had been suspended pending further investigation, claiming proper policies for restraining passengers had not been followed. Amid backlash from the union representing flight attendants, the airline then revising their language to claim the employees are on paid leave.
Yeah, there you go. Like that, Twitter is the great equalizer there, right? Then you get on Twitter and people fire off angry emails to Frontier. What else are they going to do?
So you've never had anything eventful like that happen on a flight for you?
I was like, you hate to be the guy on the plane, right? That everyone's focused on, but I was.
Ooh, you were the problem.
Yeah, I was the problem.
Ernie.
Our dog had explosive diarrhea.
Oh my God, dude.
And it was on the plane.
Not my dog.
And everyone's like complaining, and the flight attendant comes over and she was spraying something, and then the dog like nipped at one of the flight attendants. Oh man. And then she said, I just called the tower in LA. LAPD is going to meet you there and arrest you and your wife for having a crazy dog on the plane. I'm like, oh my God. My daughter was all freaked out. And then, of course, you get to LAX, and they got bigger problems, and no LAPD doesn't meet you there, and you get off the flight, and everything's fine. But for the last hour of the flight, I'm like, okay, who can I call to bail me out of jail? How can I get out of this? Had
Ernie been drinking?
No, he had not. I think that's his problem. He didn't have enough water. Yeah, he got dehydrated.
I had a guy who had a heart attack and died on my flight.
No way.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Right next to you?
No. I was almost all the way in the back, and he was all the way almost in the front.
Wow.
The pilot came on and asked if there were any doctors or anything like that. A couple of people got up and went down there, and one of the guys came back and said, "Yeah, he's dead."
Really? Did they continue all the way to the city they were going to?
Yeah. We weren't far. We were flying to Miami. I'd say we were pretty close, about a half hour, 45 minutes out. And
really?
They just took it, but we all had to wait when it landed for them to take the guy off first.
Did everyone know he was dead? Did word spread?
No. Well, maybe the ones in front probably did. The word probably spread, yeah, because one guy that went up there came back and said, yeah, he's dead.
Was he in first class?
I think so.
Did anyone go, can I get those little socks they give you?
Can I get another drink?
Yeah.
Alcohol involved.
Yeah, can I get his freebies? Right?
Can I get his headphones?
That's so typical of other passengers. Like, well, he's not going to use that pillow, right?
Right.
In this
All right, let's find out what's going on with this. They wrap it up with this Frontier Airlines.
And this caught-on-camera fiasco is just one of a rash of incidents just this year. In its new weekly report, the FAA counting...
Who cares? All right, they're just going to wrap up and tell, how many a-holes are on planes nowadays. All right, we're live on KFI. More now with Crozier.
For the best in quality care, call 833-MY-BESCO.
Hey, when's the last time you thought about your heating and cooling system? Well, the dedicated team at Besco Air thinks about comfort all the time. Besco Air is large enough to tackle any comfort issue you may have, yet small enough to give you the personal attention you deserve. Plus, Besco Air can help you get clean air in your home to keep your family safe and healthy. Visit BescoAir.net today. That's BescoAir.net.
Call 833-MY-BESCO.
This message is brought to you by Wonder Wellness Cannabis Gummies. Where is your journey to wellness taking you today? Wonder offers the convenience of effects-forward, low-dose gummies to take you there. Relax, laugh, or focus. It's your choice. It's cannabis in control. Discover the wonder of cannabis and wellness. Visit us at wonderwellness.co. These products are intended for persons 21 plus in Illinois. Individual experiences may vary.
KFI AM 640 Conway Show. Yeah, ding dong. All right, Long Beach is building an entire racetrack for that Long Beach Grand Prix. They do it pretty quickly. They bring in these huge concrete barriers to keep people safe. A lot of netting and wires and all kinds of, fencing. And I guess this thing's going on pretty quickly, huh?
The track never gets bigger, but I would say the grandstands definitely do.
Yeah.
Over the course of 8 weeks, these streets will be transformed into an 11-turn racing circuit.
Wow.
Don't forget, this will be our 46th version of this race. We've been doing this since 1975, and I can tell you that the landscape that this event takes place in has changed considerably over that period of time.
Last year, the race was canceled because of the pandemic. It normally takes place in April, but this year it will happen September 24th to the 26th.
Okay, remember those dates, right? If you're a big Grand Prix fan or if you live in Long Beach, you got to remember those dates.
September 24th to the 26th.
24th, 25th, and 26th for the Long Beach Grand Prix.
It will happen September 24th to the 26th.
Yeah, it's kind of a cool thing.
Obviously, we're going to be cognizant of what's going on with regard to the pandemic. We're going to work with the Long Beach Health Department and other health officials to make sure that...
Yeah, we get it. Okay, we get it.
We have a safe environment here.
Yeah, you don't have to include that in every story, right? We understand. No one's going to try to get everyone sick. We get it.
While it's pretty empty right now, officials tell me they're expecting more than 180,000 fans in September.
But a big event needs a lot of manpower. Up to 15 workers are out here sometimes 7 days a week building the racetrack and grandstands.
Could be anywhere from 8 to 12 hours a day. Because of the limited amount of time we have to build the track, really fluctuates our scheduling because we only have about 8 weeks to do it.
You can expect to see around 100 drivers right here in the heart of downtown Long Beach. All of the ticket and race details can be found on the Grand Prix website, gplb.com.
GPLB.com?
gplb.com.
There you go. GPLP.com. You ever seen that, Crows? You ever gone out to the Long Beach Grand Prix?
LB. No, I have not done the Long Beach, but I when my dad passed away, I used to take a lot of trips to St. Petersburg. They do the exact same thing there.
Oh, yeah.
And almost every time I ended up flying out there, not realizing it, I'd end up at my dad's place, and I'd hear...
Oh, yeah. It's unbelievable how fast
so
those things
cool.
go.
And like you say, the transformation that they do with the city streets so quickly and so amazingly.
Yeah, it's great.
It's really fascinating.
Yeah, and Long Beach is kind of unique where they can put that together without inconveniencing a ton of people.
Yeah, that's the amazing part is that in those tight confined spaces, they're able to do everything that they're doing.
They got it down. I've been to the Detroit Grand Prix, which is cool. Because it goes right through the heart of downtown Detroit, right through like Belle Isle there, and the whole downtown. It's just unbelievable how much work goes into it. But to see how fast those cars move through there, through those thin streets, is just incredible. But if you've never been down, you got to go down. It's the 24th, 25th, and 26th in Long Beach, and that Grand Prix is something else. If you've never seen it, man, you got to get down there. All right, speaking of sports. We're doing pretty good with the Olympics at the medal count, right?
Team gold medalist Delilah Muhammad and reigning world champion Sydney McLaughlin. Both runners shattered the old world record, with McLaughlin taking gold and the former USC track star Muhammad winning silver in what turned into one of the best races so far in Tokyo. Well, as for the latest medal count in Tokyo, the United States still on top with 79 total medals, 16 of them now from track and field events. China leads the gold medal race. They have 32.
You know, this is a cool event they just started this year, or this Olympics. It's the mixed relay, where there's 2 men and 2 women. And you can run in any order you want. You can
I saw that last Friday.
It was great.
So cool.
You can put the 2 women first. You can put man. You can go man, woman, 2 men first, 2 men last, whatever. And so there's one team. I think it was I don't know whether it was Jamaica, the Bahamas, somebody. They decided they're going to run the men first, right? And all the other teams ran the women first. So by the time it got to the women, for the one team that decided to put the guys on first. They were ahead by literally like 150 yards. They were just like a half of track ahead of everybody. And because the two men ran first, and now they have women, well, the other teams now have men. And even though the women, the one woman on the last lap, she was like 150 yards ahead of everybody, every one of the guys passed her. It was so embarrassing.
So she wasn't first.
She was in first by 150 yards on the last lap and got beat by everybody.
Oh, she ended up the team finished last.
Totally last. But she was 150 yards on the last lap ahead of every single team, right? It was a done deal. And then these guys started running her down, and man, all 9 blew by her. And the last guy beat her right at the finishing line.
That's bad coaching.
It's also
that's what that is.
It's bad when for the people who say that hey, it's doesn't matter what sex you are, we're all part of we're all the same.
Yeah, being realistic, dudes are faster than chicks.
A lot.
And you want to put them on the back leg because they have a higher range of variance on how much they're pushing to get ahead or whatever.
Right. But
by putting them at first, they're giving it everything they can. They may not. You don't know because they don't know where they're at. They're just running.
Right. But they thought, wow, we're 150 yards ahead with a lap left. We could walk. And then every one of these, the Belaruses, the Brazilians, the Cubans, every one of these guys just flew right by her.
I would have loved to have seen the rest of the team on the sidelines watching.
Oh,
as that last runner gets passed.
And they blew by her like she wasn't even running. I mean, it was like, like they're going like it was like a freight train, passed her by.
Definitely makes it interesting.
And you could see how depressed she was, too. She's running her ass off. She's running as fast as she can. She's all crazy with the arms. And then all of a sudden, a guy just goes, she's like, what the hell was that? Right? Well, that's one of the world's greatest runners that just passed you. Don't be, don't get down on yourself.
Yeah, right. Don't beat yourself up about that.
That guy's really good. And that other guy who passed you is also really good. And that guy, 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 and that guy. All of them are really good. So don't get down on yourself, baby. All right, we're live on KFI AM 640. More now with Crozier. KFI AM 640, Conway Show. There's a lottery winner here, right? Woman's flight canceled, and so she bought a couple lottery tickets and hit the jackpot, man.
Woman who had to deal with her flight being canceled is now a lottery winner.
Wow.
The Missouri woman said she purchased her scratch-off ticket at a Florida supermarket after her flight was canceled.
All right. How much did she win?
She said she thought something bizarre was going to happen, and boy, did it do it.
How much?
It did happen. $90,000.
Wow. 90 grand on a scratch off, right?
It did happen. $90,000.
Holy smokes. That is great. You can get a private plane now.
$90,000. But just because her flight was canceled. You never know.
Yeah, that's how it always happens, right? Ding dong. That's kind of cool. Man, $90,000.
Do you think that way when something weird happens? You're like, I'm going to buy a lottery ticket.
Nah, I don't think so. But I had a friend of mine who was going to Del Mar, right? A big track guy, right? And he was going to go to Del Mar and bet the races, right? And as he was driving down there, he didn't know this, but Del Mar had a power outage. And when he got down there, instead of it being the fourth race, it was the first race, right? And he bet his kids' birthday numbers, right? Because he always throws in a ticket for his kid's birthday.
Thinking it's the fourth.
Right, thinking it's the fourth race. But he does it, every race. But it's now the first race because the races were supposed to start at 2. Now they start at 4 because they had a power outage. So he hits that race, and he wins $7,500, right? So he goes to cash the ticket in. The ticket cost him like $12 or something, right? He had all the combo, pick six. I think it wasn't pick six. I think it was a superfecta or a trifecta. And he played his kid's birthday numbers and he hit it, right? So he goes to cash the ticket in, and the guy says, "How do you want it? You want us to give you a check or cash?" And he goes, "Why don't you give me it the way I gave it to you, cash, right? I gave you cash. Now you give me cash." And they said, okay, we'll start counting. And he knows that, $7,500, it's going to take a little while to count. So they do 67, 68, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 80, 81, 82. And he's like, look, I don't mind taking all that cash from you, but your drawer is going to be light. That's a $7,500 ticket, and you're giving me like $8,500. He goes, no. That's why I asked you if you wanted it in cash. This is a $75,000 ticket.
What?
Yeah. He hit for $75,000. But if those races had gone off at 2 o'clock instead of 4, he would have missed that race. Yeah. Because there was a power outage, he hit that race for $75,000.
Unreal.
And I said, and this is like I think it was in, I don't know, may have been in July or so. And I said, man, you must be more than even for the year. You must be up on the entire year. And he says, let me tell you how close I am to being up. Do you remember when you were a kid and you were like 3 or 4 years old and you were jumping on the bed and you're like, Ma, look, I can touch the moon. That's how close I was to even, right? Tell my mom I could touch the moon. That's how close I thought I was to even. Not even close. But again, if those circumstances didn't happen, if he didn't get stuck in traffic and there wasn't a power outage, he wouldn't have won that kind of money, right? So I think that does happen all the time. This woman who missed the flight buys a scratch off and wins $90,000 because she missed her flight.
Yeah.
Right? That's crazy. Oh, man. Never happened to me, right? Ding dong with them. All right. Speaking of the Olympics, we were talking about the Olympics a little before in the medal account. There's this great woman who won a gold medal. And I guess with the, when you win a gold medal, they give you money, extra encouragement to win a gold medal. I guess you get a check with it.
Ooh. And
so she's going to buy her mom something, which is kind of cool.
We want to highlight another local Olympian who you may not have heard much about.
Yeah, so proud of her. Tamyra Mensah-Stock from Katy became the first black woman to win a gold medal in wrestling for the U.S. She got her start in the 10th grade at Morton Ranch High School and quickly became one of the best in the state. After winning gold yesterday, she spoke about how she will spend her $37,000 prize money.
Oh, I didn't know you get $37,000. I didn't know that. Wait, if you get a gold medal, you get $37,000?
I never knew that either.
I didn't either.
How she will
I should get into this business, right? Get a gold medal.
How she will spend her $37,000 prize money.
I wanted to give my mom $30,000 so she can get a food truck because, it's her dream. And I told her 5 years ago, all right, Mommy, I'll get you your food truck, but you got to be responsible. She's like, yeah, thank you, baby. So my mom's getting her food truck.
Oh, that's great. And I think this woman's from Texas, right?
My mom's getting her food truck.
Oh, that's awesome. And I don't know what kind of food it is, but man, that's going to be a hit, right? When, your daughter buys you a food truck and everybody knows that and you paint the gold medal on the outside of that truck. Oh, that's great.
I guess it's up to the individual countries. It's not always money, but the individual countries give money or something of non-monetary value or whatever, and they're all different too. The U.S. is like one of the cheapest for
really?
gold. Yeah, $37,500. Singapore gives $737,000 for a gold.
Way.
Then again, I guess it's you kind of earned it if you got a gold from Singapore.
Yeah, that's true. Right, you kicked ass.
U.S. gives $22,500 for silver and $15,000 for bronze.
Is that right? Where does that money come from? Like taxpayers or the Olympic Committee?
They also they give grants and benefits like health insurance as well.
Really? If you get a gold, you get better health insurance than if you get a bronze? If you get bronze, what do you get, like a first aid kit?
Yeah.
Right?
Band-Aid.
So my mom's getting her food truck.
Oh, that's awesome.
So cool. By the way, the Paralympics give the same amount for gold, silver, and bronze.
Is that right?
Yeah, in the U.S.
Oh, that's kind of cool, right?
Yeah.
And isn't the they call it Special Olympics, right?
The Paralympics.
They call it Paralympics now? Yeah. You can't call it Special Olympics?
I don't know. I'm seeing here Paralympics. I don't recall the last time.
I see. You know what they should have? They should have the druggy Olympics, where guys,
all the juiced up people.
No, where all the guys are on coke and steroids. I mean,
anything and everything.
Right? Yeah, they're doing the 100-meter in 3 seconds. Right? Ready, set, gone. What happened? No, he died of a heart attack halfway through it, but we're going to give him the gold. But yeah, everybody's all juiced up, right? The real Olympics, guys that are going for it in life. They do the high jump and they're jumping over, buildings in New York City. That's the Olympics. They got to do that. The real juiced up Olympics. But this lady's great.
My mom's getting her food truck.
That's awesome.
Totally.
She's gonna have her little cooking business. She can cook really, really, really well.
What kind of food is it going to be?
Barbecue.
Oh, barbecue. Excellent.
Barbecue.
Love her. Why are we just meeting her? Social media has declared Tamira a national treasure. Why? Because of her infectious positivity. Barbecue. We could agree.
Yeah, by the way, she was so great. She was so emotional when she won. She was crying and thanking everybody, and she was like so proud to be an American. That's what it's all about. That's great. And then, instead of blowing the $37,000 on a car for herself, she's getting her mom that food truck. That's really a cool story. All right, we're live on KFI AM 640.
This message is brought to you by Wonder Wellness Cannabis Gummies. Where is your journey to wellness taking you today? Wonder offers the convenience of effects-forward, low-dose gummies to take you there. Relax, laugh, or focus. It's your choice. It's cannabis in control. Discover the wonder of cannabis and wellness. Visit us at wonderwellness.co. These products are intended for persons 21 plus in Illinois. Individual experiences may vary.